This is the brown map of today. And we are going to study based on this branch of ideas. You have already studied these words, and our job today is we have to practice these words into real life situations. First, we have the word contract. So I'm going to be the first one. I'm going to use the action verb look for, assure or assure, give up, benefits, profits, advantages in my situation. So let's practice English. Contract. So here I'm going to set the alarm. I'm going to set the timer. Whenever we speak, we have only like 1 minute for speaking only. 1 minute for speaking. 1 minute, okay, let's say 1 minute. And then we have 5 seconds to prepare. This is the time for us to talk. So 1 minute and 5 seconds for speaking. I'm going to be the first one. All right. Contract. Contract helps me to make everything run smoothly. Without the contracts, my benefits, my profits, and my advantages are gonna be unprotected. So I need a contract. Whatever I do, wherever I go, I need a contract in order to protect myself. Whether I like it or not, whether I like the work or not, I have to ask my director, I have to ask the boss of the company to compose the contract. If they don't agree to sign a contract with me, they just want to work with me without contracts, with the paperwork, I'm going to give up. I'm going to give up this job because work without contracts is a fraud. Here in my situation, I use the word fraud. Fraud, all right? It means a trick in business. But this kind of trick is gonna make you lose lots of money. A fraud, okay, a fraud. And here I also use the word compose in my situation. When it comes to contract, you need to remind yourself of the word compose. Somebody is going to compose the contract for you, because it's not like, yeah, I need a contract, and then you see the contract on your table. It's impossible. It's not like superpower, which can make it happen to you right at the time that you want. You have to make it happen. So you have to hire somebody to make a contract. Basic English, they say make a contract, okay? Write a contract. But here we are studying Ielts and TOEIC together. We use the word compose. Compose is an action verb. Composer. People use the word composer for music, for musician, a person who writes music, a person who writes songs for artists to perform on stage or on social media. All right, and my situation is already given to you, and right now I need to listen to you speaking. So please, okay, speak up, show me your situation. So what do you have? Show me the situation for the word contract. Let's go. 1 minute and 5 seconds.
I think a contract is very important paper. If you want to do something together with more people, you will write it. You will write out on the paper, and this is a contract, and the contracts have everyone know what they have to do, and what they cannot do, and the thing they need to promise, and the contract have avoid the problem they are.
Time's up. Just say that the contract have. Please be careful of the subject verb and verb alliance, which means if you use he, she, it, or I, we, you, they, you should decide a verb, whether it is an infinitive verb or a verb with has or es. So please be careful. You use the word contract, but you use have. That is wrong. A contract has, for example. You say a contract is a very important paper. Paper, okay, yeah, you can use this way, but to be more accurate, we don't use the word paper for contract. We use the word document. Contract is a very important document, all right? Paper, when you use the word paper, people are gonna think of a notebook or a book or a piece of paper that you use to write a letter. But these days, we already have technologies in our hand. We don't talk much about paper, but it's not a bad thing to talk about paper. It's not a crazy thing to mention paper. But to use good English, we don't use the word paper for contract, because contract is much more crucial. And we should use the word document. Here we have the word document instead. And document here, it means that at least remember the word like paperwork. Paperwork, later. Important. Don't use the word important anymore. Important, if you want Ielts to be higher in scores, you should switch to use the word crucial. It's crucial. It's vital. This is very vital. It's very crucial. Something like this, or it's very essential. Essential. So these are the simple words for you to get Ielts or get 6.5 or 7. It depends on you. Okay, so let's move on to these words: benefit, profits, advantage, advantages, personal. We have two kinds of matters. First, something personal and something organizational. Personal, cá nhân. And we have the word like organization, một cái tổ chức. Organization, một tổ chức. Or organizational, something related to tổ chức, cái gì đó liên quan đến tổ chức thì mình sẽ dùng cái tính từ organization. Không phải lúc nào cũng dùng tính từ được, mà nó phải có một cái trường hợp, một cái context, một cái ngữ cảnh nào thì lúc đó mình mới dùng tính từ được nha. Alright, so let's practice speaking. Benefit, okay, benefit can be used as an action verb. And beneficial is an adjective in English. So let's start. When we work, we want to receive as many benefits as possible, because these days we need materials, we need finance, we need so many things to survive in this life. So people, also us, we are gonna go out there to look for beneficial jobs. If they say that this job is not beneficial, I am not gonna work this job. Work a job. It means you do your job. I'm not gonna work this job because it's not beneficial. I need something that can benefit me in some way. In some ways, for example, teaching English is it can be considered as a job these days, and it can also benefit me in the way that I work too hard to improve my English skills. So I can say that studying English is very beneficial. First, you can earn big money, okay, from this beneficial job. Second, teaching English will benefit your English skills. All skills can be enhanced in a very scientific way, because teaching English, the action of teaching is gonna benefit your speaking skills. And when you develop everything based on speaking skill, you will receive tremendous and infinite, okay, infinite, it means unlimited. You will receive unlimited benefits from your job. Here I use the word volume. infinite, unlimited. Còn cái gì nó có hạn là finite. Finite, the same as the word limited. So right here. Okay, so what about you? Show me the situation in which you receive, in which you can use the word benefit. Benefit is an action verb. Beneficial, okay, is an adjective in English. So show me. 1 minute.
In my class, the teacher said, we going to do a special project, and she said, we are going to create a organization, because if we work in organized, this have a lot of benefit, and I'm so excited because I love working in the groups.
You said
That's all.
it's working in the group. We don't say working in the group, right? First, organized, you need to know all words related to the word tổ chức. Organization, not in English. Organization. Organization. And second word, we have the word organization. Organization. You have to remember the word form. And the third one, that is, okay, organize. Organize is an action verb in English. So here, all right, I'm going to give you my situation so that you can imagine, okay, imagine how to use these three words. And please remember the pronunciation of the words. Don't miss any syllables when you pronounce the word, because somehow, okay, the word organization, but somehow when you speak, you just pronounce like organization or organize. It is very bad. So please try to remember everything. So let's start. Organizational system is the most important factor. It's the most crucial factor for success these days. For example, you don't have to be a company, you don't have to be an office, you just need yourself. So you can work on yourself instead. And in order to work on yourself, you need to have a system. And this system cannot be like, oh, today I wake up at 8 a.m. and tomorrow I can wake up at the 10 a.m. or 11 p.m. is impossible. You need an organization system, a kind of system that can organize everything in your life in an order. And you need a small organization in order to help you to feel motivated, to feel like you have to abide by the rules set by this organizational system. So here we have to make a situation to make sure that we are able to use these three words in one situation. Organization, organizational, organize. Let's start. Một tổ chức, cái từ organization là giống cái tập đoàn. Tôi cần một cái tổ chức. Nếu mà dùng từ group qua thì sẽ quên cái từ organization. Dùng từ group qua thì IELTS chỉ có 2.5 thôi. Đây là organization, cái gì đó liên quan đến tổ chức. Organize là động từ tổ chức trong tiếng Anh. So show me your situation. Let's go, Gracie.
Organization are a groups of people, and everyone work together and in that group had a rules then
Hello,
a leader.
hello. We never say in a place has. Ở trong cái nhà nó có. Người Việt Nam hay gọi là trong chỗ này, trong cái này, trong cái này có cái gì đó, có cái kia đi. Ví dụ người Việt Nam lúc nào cũng nói là ví dụ như in this, in that group, hồi nãy đi, in that group has a, luôn luôn sai. Thứ nhất, cái giới từ in mà đứng ở đầu câu, sau in nó sẽ cộng cho là thời gian là năm, hoặc là danh từ là chỉ về một cái gì đó. In đứng đầu câu nó chỉ là một cái khúc để bắt đầu câu thôi, sau đó nó yêu cầu phải có chủ động từ rõ ràng. Còn trong tiếng Việt, khi sử dụng tiếng Việt thì cái từ trong nó đứng ở đầu câu, sau từ trong cái người Việt Nam dùng những cái từ vựng ok, và lại người Việt Nam lại luôn dùng động từ phía sau nữa. Trong nhà đang ăn, nếu mà gọi là trong nhà đang ăn, in a house is eating, đây là sai hoàn toàn luôn, sai hoàn toàn luôn, không bao giờ mà dùng kiểu này hết. Cho nên thì khi nói là trong tiếng Việt mình mở miệng ra nói là trong cái gì đó, thì hãy nhớ cái từ trong đó luôn luôn chỉ là một cái khúc bắt đầu thôi, sau đó mình phải có chủ động từ rõ ràng, một cái câu rõ ràng. Thì muốn có một cái câu rõ ràng ok, thì mình cứ nhớ cái từ có. Khi mà dùng mở miệng nó trong rồi, trong cái nơi nào đó rồi, mà nhớ đến cái từ có, thấy cái từ trong rồi lại đến từ có, thì hãy luôn luôn nhớ cái từ có này luôn luôn là dùng there is, there are. Nhớ nhưng thôi là từ sai hoàn toàn, ngay cái phút này thì cũng có chút biện pháp lắm. Rồi, let's start. Show me the situation again for organization, organizational, and organized. 1 minute and 5 seconds for speaking.
Organization are a groups of people and everyone work there together and they have rules and leader, and if you are the member of organized, you can get a lot of good thing like a benefit and advantages, because if you work in the group have a lot of benefit. You don't need to work by yourself. If you work together, you will receive.
Very good. But here you say that system organize. You are a member. I am a member system. I am a member organized. Organize is an action verb. You say a member of something, a member of a group, a member of an organization, but don't say a member organized. Okay. And second mistake, the second mistake in your speaking, that is for the very first time, for the very first moment you start to talk, you say that an organization are a set of people. And are never. Okay, please be careful of the verb when you use a subject, a noun in English. So please be careful. All right, we need to practice more. Okay, benefit, beneficial. Okay. Profit. We have the adjective profitable. Something profitable, it means something brings you lots of profits. Okay, unprofitable. If something unprofitable, it stops bringing you profits. It starts bringing you troubles, for example. So right now, I am gonna make a situation for the word profits. I am trying to work more, but I'm trying to work more, but my heart tells me that, oh, I don't want to work. I shouldn't work more. I should focus on studying, okay, in order to advance my knowledge. But I can say that if I carry on, we use the word continue a lot. So right now, please try to use the carry on. We carry on, we keep doing something. If I carry on working, I surely collect lots of profits from my customers. because in this academic field, the more I teach, the more profits I receive. The profits that I am speaking of are, yes, of course, first, the class fee, second, English proficiency, English proficiency. If I teach more, my English is going to be more proficient. Proficient is an adjective in English. If I don't teach, my English is going to be if I don't teach, my English is going to become worse because I don't have a professional environment for me to practice my English since I live in an Asian country. So English studying is very profitable. It will bring you lots of profits. And the problem here is you have to recognize the process of learning English in order for you, okay, to carry on studying and to keep working until your English reaches the stage of proficiency, reach a stage of something, reach a stage of, nó chạm đến một cái giai đoạn nào đó, reach a stage of something. Proficiency, cái proficiency được gọi là sự lưu loát trong tiếng Anh. English proficiency. Proficient có nghĩa là mình vừa lưu loát mình vừa chuyên nghiệp. Đấy, là như thế. So, what about you? Show me your case. And please remember you have to use 3 words in your case. First, profitable, unprofitable, and profits. Let's start.
My dad says business are profitable. Which mean they make a lot of profit, but other business are unprofitable, and which mean they not make any extra money. And I hope when I grow up, I can work at a place that make a lot of profit, and I can get a lot of benefit.
Very good. And anything else about the adjective profitable?
No.
No. Right. Okay. So here let's make it clearer because we need to make sure that we can use all kinds of adjectives. That is the problem. All right. So I'm gonna help you like this. Okay, so please be careful. If you cannot hear anything, please tell me because we are working on our system right now in order to be sure that our system is going to be more professional and it's going to be more effective. Somehow the internet disconnection impacts our service a lot. Here, okay, so let's combine these words together. Benefit, profits. Benefit is an action verb, but profit, we don't have an action verb of profit. We can only say that bring profits to someone or create profits, for example. Okay, so before we combine these words together, I need you to learn one more word. That is the word assess. Assess here means you judge something and then you decide it. Vietnamese, okay? Vietnamese, we have the word like đánh giá, okay? Đánh giá, định đoạt. Đánh giá và định đoạt. Mình đánh giá rồi mình định đoạt cái gì đó. Định đoạt là giống như là mình nhận xét về người ta ấy. Hoặc là mình định giá một cái gì đấy thì mình sẽ dùng cách nói này. So let's start. Tôi không thể So here, please be careful. All right, we can say something like this. Assess. Everybody wants to establish an organization, but it's not that easy, because in order to set up an organization, you need to have a small group of people. And this group of people is gonna help you to control and to assess the system. When they assess the system, the jobs of this group of people are gonna be, first, the group is gonna look at, is gonna observe the work of other people, and then they will give commands. They will discuss the productivity of that work, and after that they will give us their final command. So that is about assess. When you assess something, it means you đánh giá và you định đoạt. Cái từ assess nó khó dùng lắm nha. Nếu mà dịch ra trong Google á, thì nó chỉ có đơn giản là cái từ assess đó. Nếu mà dịch trong Google nha, thì người ta chỉ nghĩ rằng là đánh giá thôi. Nhưng mà đánh giá thì nó chưa có đủ. Mình đánh giá xong rồi mình định đoạt nó luôn. Có nghĩa là mình nhận xét nó xong rồi mình quyết định nó là cái gì luôn. Thì người ta sẽ dùng từ assess trong tiếng Anh. So here is my second situation for you to easily understand this word assess. Before I start to work for an organization, I am gonna find out whether this group will benefit me, because I need a beneficial job and I need a profitable chance to work. After I decide to work in this organization, they have a system to assess my work. Every day I go to work, the system will count my attendance. And after that, after a whole month, at the end of the month, the systems will give me their commands, like whether I have performed well this month or I performed very badly this month. So that is how the organization assesses my performance. Ở đây thì mình đang dùng từ assess theo cái situation là mình bắt đầu làm việc trong một cái tổ chức. Ở trong tổ chức đó, mình làm việc đó, thì người ta sẽ sử dụng cái hệ thống. Hệ thống thì mình nhớ đến cái từ được gọi là system trong tiếng Anh. Có hệ thống thì mình phải nói đến cái chữ là system. Và khi mà mình đi làm thì cái hệ thống đó nó sẽ như thế nào? Nó sẽ điểm danh, nó sẽ đếm một cái đếm cho tiếng Anh thì mình nhớ đến cái động từ là count. Còn cái sự có mặt, sự tham gia trong tiếng Anh thì mình đang có cái từ attendance. Nó sẽ đếm cái sự có mặt của mình, attendances trong tiếng Anh. Rồi khi mà cái hệ thống nó đếm như thế này là nó đang đánh giá cái quá trình của mình. Cái hệ thống đánh giá định đoạt như thế nào, trước tiên thì nó sẽ đếm, và ở cuối tháng, cuối một cái gì đó hoặc đầu một cái gì đó thì mình hãy nhớ đến chữ at the beginning hoặc là at the end, và nó luôn luôn đi chung với cái từ of nha, of cái gì đó. Và cuối tháng thì nó sẽ nhận xét mình, nó sẽ phê bình mình, nhận xét command trong tiếng Anh, vừa là danh từ vừa là động từ. Như vậy nó sẽ nhận xét mình, nó nhận xét về cái gì? Nó nhận xét về cái năng suất. Thì mình hãy nhớ đến cái từ năng suất trong tiếng Anh là từ productivity, đây là danh từ số ít. Productivities, đây là danh từ số nhiều. Productivities, danh từ số nhiều. Alright, so right now show me your situation for the word assess. And here is the branch, here's a branch of ideas for assess. This is the branch of ideas for process. Show me the situation. So, what is it?
When I study at school and my teacher say we have to assess our test, and sometimes our test sometimes to see if we are doing a good job, and when she will give us a paper and she says we will kiểm tra chéo á, teacher, đánh giá chéo.
Nữa, sao mà mình quên qua ta? Bây giờ mình dùng cái kiểm tra chéo, thì đi chéo là cái gì? Cross check trong hiện tại cái từ kiểm tra chéo, ok, kiểm tra chéo, mình đi chéo, mình bắt ngang qua thì mình đang dùng cái từ cross trong tiếng Anh, gọi là băng qua đường ấy, cross the road. Như vậy khi mà cross the road, tôi băng qua, đi chéo qua, đi thẳng qua, kiểm tra chéo, cross check. So show me the situation, please.
And she say we will cross assess your friend test and see if they are making better, and then we look over our work and we try to find the answer and the wrong of the test.
Very good. We try to find the answers and the wrong of the tests. Okay. Và hiện tại thì khi mà mình giảng dạy cho các bạn thì mình sẽ, một số phụ huynh từ tỉnh lên thì có mời mình đi đây đi đó, nhưng mà mình không thể đi được tại vì mình vướng rất là nhiều tài liệu và lại nhiều ca, cho nên thì mình sẽ livestream. Mình livestream để cho phụ huynh biết là mình đang dạy, chứ không phải là mình từ chối họ, để cho họ đừng buồn nếu họ thấy được cái sự thật mình đang dạy. Cho nên các bạn mà đang học thì mình hay livestream cho cái thời buổi này là trong cái thời điểm này, để cho mọi người biết rằng là mình đang dạy, chứ không phải là trốn tránh mà không đi ăn uống hoặc là không đi gặp phụ huynh. Nên ai đang học thì mấy bạn thông cảm nhé. Alright, so here, very good for the word cross assess, because I give you the word cross check and then you use cross for another word. It is cross assess. Very good. Okay, so the next word, I don't like this, but we have to study too much, right? Assume. Assume. When you assume something, it means you think about it, and you believe in the way that you think about it. You don't listen to anyone, because you trust the way that you think about those things. So that is assume. And we have the noun of it, that is assumption. Assumption. For Vietnamese, okay, if you think about something and you trust the way that you think about something, you never change the way you think, because you believe in the way that you think. That Vietnamese, okay, you have the word like ngọ nhận, assumption, sự ngọ nhận trong tiếng Anh, sự ngọ nhận. Và bây giờ thì ví dụ như trong có thể hỏi là mình lấy những cái từ vựng này từ đâu, cho biết rồi đó, là mình lấy rất là nhiều source nha. Những cái source mà hiện tại mà đang lấy á, là từ cái cuốn này, cái cuốn gì ta quên tên, Destination C1 and C2, cuốn này. Và để học được một cuốn sách như thế này ha, nhìn đây, chữ không thì làm sao mà mình có thể phát triển được, đúng không? Nếu mà học trong sách thì không bao giờ phát triển được. Sách này thì là sách của nước ngoài, chứ không có xài cái sách mà của người Việt Nam mình tự viết nha. Người Việt Nam mình chơi điêu lắm, toàn là quảng cáo tung hô sức mạnh của bản thân, nhưng mà giảng dạy thì không có. Cho nên thì hiện tại là tất cả các nguồn này là mình lấy trong cuốn Cambridge và Barron's. Cho nên thì Trâm cũng không cần thiết là mua sách, tại vì mua về mình nhìn vô sách là mình hoảng á, thì mình không biết học như thế nào. Hiện tại là từng chữ từng từ trong cuốn sách đều được phát triển ra một cái ý tưởng như thế này hết. Đó là cách mà mình học để mình gọi là mình thực hành dựa trên cái kiến thức mà mình học, chứ không phải là mình học xong cái mình chỉ biết chữ và chữ, có nghĩa là nghĩa từ thôi mà mình không có xài được. Thì đây là mình đang đẩy cái phần thực hành lên cao. Cho nên khi Trâm không có ý tưởng như thế nào đó thì hãy alarm, ok, set an alarm và hãy cảnh báo liền nha, chứ không thôi là không được đâu. Assume, assumption. So let's start using these rules. The next word, that is the word baffle. Baffle. Baffle, it means you make somebody, okay, you make somebody feel hard to understand you. Làm cho ai đó khó hiểu. Make somebody, okay, make somebody feel really hard to understand you. Just like me, when I am in my room, like okay, when I'm in my office, I don't want to call it an office because it sounds really formal. I want to call this one is my room, okay? I want to call this one is my room because it's gonna make me feel comfortable. And when I am in my room like this, I am gonna work on the book before I go on the classes with you. And after this class, I am gonna ask you to get to read as much as possible because you don't have much time reading. You don't have much time for reading. This is why we need more time for you to read on the website and to finish all the tasks on the website in order for you to push harder on your reading skills. We have many classes, and every class is gonna be okay. It's gonna be based on speaking skill. We learn everything from speaking skill, and we are gonna benefit our skills in English in every way. Here, let's get back to this word baffle. Baffle. How do you use baffle? People often use baffle as an action, as in a passive structure, to be baffled by someone. When you baffle somebody, it means you make them feel very hard for them, for them to understand you. Make somebody feel really hard to understand or to understand you, okay? All right, to understand, make everybody feel really hard to understand you or to understand something. For example, a situation for this word looks very hard for you to use, but we have to learn. At work, I assume that today is going to be a beautiful day, an easygoing day for me. I don't need to do anything much. I just want to drink coffee and sit alone without listening to music. I don't like music these days because it's too loud and too noisy. So I choose to have a day without busyness or without doing anything. And I assume that if I work on myself, and if I work on myself, I become better. The better version of me is gonna attract more professional people. So my assumption makes me only trust myself. I do not easily lay trust in anybody else. I just trust myself because my assumption is too deep, and my assumption is overwhelming me, overwhelming me. So that is why people fight me really hard for them to understand. They say that the way that I think baffles them. Okay, they are baffled by my thoughts. They don't understand my thoughts. And the way that I work also baffles so many customers. Customers find me just like you. You come to me, you study English with me, but you don't even know how the brand map works and how knowledge works. So I can say that the way that I work baffles everybody in my customer zone. And everybody is baffled by the brand map style, the knowledge of English, and my speaking skill. So that is what is going on these days. That is my situation for the word assumption baffle. You baffle someone, you make someone feel really hard to understand you, or something baffles somebody. It means that thing make it really hard for them to understand. And people often use the word baffled in passive voice structure like this. All right. Okay, so give me your situation, please. Rồi mấy bạn nhớ là khi học thì hiện tại trong hè thì mình sẽ livestream nha. để cho phụ huynh ở dưới tỉnh á, ở dưới các tỉnh lên thành phố đó, các phụ huynh hay hay mời teacher gặp mặt á, rồi đi này đi nọ, nhưng mà teacher không có thể đi được, cho nên thì cái cách mà từ chối xong rồi phải chứng minh chứ, không thôi là phụ huynh sẽ buồn, thì mình sẽ livestream, nhắc lại một lần nữa livestream cái lúc mà giảng dạy như thế này nè. Và cái tài khoản TikTok của teacher thì teacher không có quảng cáo, cho nên livestream thì chỉ có học sinh hoặc phụ huynh xem thôi. Alright, so here John, okay, show me your situation. Situation for assume, assumption, baffle, overwhelm kiểu là nó tiếng Việt nó giống như là nó lấn át cái lý trí của mình, nó làm mình quá tải á, mình overwhelm. So show me your situation, John. Crazy. So
Sometimes when I'm trying to do my homework and the math problem can baffle me and
baffle.
baffle me, and I be like I don't get it, and I need my mom to help me giải
Giải quyết.
yeah sort it out. And but other time being baffled can be fun, like when my dad tell me a silly joke, and they can baffle me at first, but then I laugh because they are so silly, and baffling can be funny too. That's all.
That's all. Very good, because you can use the word baffle a lot. But I haven't heard anything about, but I haven't heard anything about the word assume or assumption. So you need to make it again for the next time here. Okay, when you are talking about your family, your dad, okay, making jokes, and then suddenly you use the word they. Okay, they are very silly. If you use they in a sentence like this to replace a noun in English, you have to be careful, because when you are talking about the parents and then you are talking about jokes, plural nouns, many jokes, all right, and then you will use the word they here baffles the listeners, because the listeners are confused between they for parents, they for your family, or they for the jokes. So you have to clear it. You have to clear your your sentences in a way that you use the word they. Instead of using they, you can use you can use the name of it again, like the jokes are very silly. So please be careful when you use they, but you have lots of nouns in your sentence. Please be careful. So here, before I ask you to give your situation for assume and assumption, we need to move on to the next word. The next word, here we have the word that is concentrate. Nothing much about this word. Concentrate on. The none of it, concentration, and then we have the word like consider. You consider something. You consider. But this word looks very simple. Please try to use the idiom. Take something. Okay, take a noun in English. Take something into consideration. This is the way that you use cognac in an advanced English level. Okay, let's start. So I'm gonna combine, assume, and concentrate these two branches together in my situation. We have to concentrate on studying. If we lose concentration, like in this class, when we are studying, we use speaking skill a lot, and we listen to lectures a lot. So if you lose concentration, you will feel like you are lost. You are lost in the middle of nowhere, because when you cannot concentrate on the lesson, the teachers have been talking too much, and the teachers takes you from this knowledge to another piece of knowledge, and then okay, you lose concentration, you don't know where you are, and that is how okay you turn yourself into a bad student. So in order to study well, you have to take concentration into consideration. You have to consider high and deep concentration in order for you to study well. And the other thing in your studying is that you have to give up your own assumption. Some students, when they study, okay, they tend to assume so many things. But when you keep assuming, it means you just let yourself think about those things in your own way, but you do not willing to accept the truth which appears right in front of your eyes. So that is the problems. We cannot keep assuming when we are studying. We need to accept the truth. If you make lots of mistakes or if you lose concentrations, but for some students, they do not accept and admit that they have been losing concentration and they have been performing very badly at school. These students do not accept the truth. These students will assume that they lose concentration because of reason A, because of reason B, because of reason C, and they assume that the teachers do not try his or her best to teach, so they will blame everything on other people. So that is what assumption will cause. Assumption will cause bad bad thoughts. Instead of looking at yourself and finding the mistakes within yourself, you tend to find mistakes in other people, and that is not good for self-improvement. Here we are talking about studying, and we are discussing the concentration in studying. So here, when we are studying, we need to take concentration, deep concentration, not just normal concentration. We need to take deep concentration into consideration. We have to let go of our assumption. Studying is a process in which we learn from our mistakes. We cannot assume our best in a stupid way. We have to let go of our silly and dumb and dubious assumption, so that we can welcome the thoughts or the commands or the judgments from other people. We don't listen to ourselves when we are not in high level. We should listen to other people from the high levels, because we need them to teach us lessons. So that is my situation for the two branches: assumption, concentrate, concentration, take something into consideration, and consider. So here, okay, we have like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You have to use these 6 words in your situation. So let's go crazy. Show me your situation, please. So what is your situation, Gracie?
Em chưa nghĩ ra.
Okay, so you haven't thought about that. Thinking about a situation in this way, you think about your family matters, studying in your friends matters. What do they do to make you lose concentration? And what should you take into consideration if you want to be successful in studying? And when you study, when you read books or when you read poems, do you usually have lots of assumptions? And those assumptions, when you read, will make you lose concentration. Or those assumptions, when you read, are very helpful for your reading. For example, if I read books or if I read something, I have lots of assumptions. I can say that my assumptions are going to distract me because I keep thinking about everything in my own way. And when I read, I don't trust. I don't trust the book. I just keep my own way of thinking. Oh, this is how it happens. But the book tells me this is what happens to the character. And this is why it happens to these things in real life. But I don't trust it. So I have my own ways of thinking and I have my own assumption. But I don't know how to control my assumption, how to separate my assumption from the truth. And I don't see the truth. I only see my assumption. So when I read, if I find out that I have lots of assumptions, I will stop reading immediately and I will calm myself down and I will close my eyes a bit, take a deep breath in order for me to feel relaxed and in order for me to feel awake. And when I wake myself up from those stupid assumptions, I continue to read again. And at this moment, I will find out that the assumptions that I have are just distractions. The assumptions that I have are not useful. Somehow we are blinded by our assumption, by our own thoughts. We read, but we trust the way that we think. We don't double check whether we think in the right way or not. So that is it. All right. So please keep thinking about this and make a video. I need to listen to you. And when you make a video, you need to sit just like me in front of the camera. Sit, okay, in a nice poster like this in front of the camera and try to be confident. Don't memorize the ideas. You can show your main ideas on the brand map like this, and you can use Zoom with your webcam to record yourself speaking. And this is the way that you are going to improve. And when you upload your videos onto YouTube, please put your videos into orders like number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4. That is how you manage your progress. That is how you will be able to count how many videos you have made during the class with me, because we don't have much time to study. Next year, okay, you are gonna go to somewhere to study. We don't know yet, so we have to try our best at this time. All right, I cannot take much time from you. It's 5:10 already, and we begin the class at 4:10, so we end the class at 5:10. Thanks a lot for this class. Please try to make a professional presentation video. You can use the brand map to display the main ideas in order for you to speak without forgetting. All right. Okay, so I'm going to end right now. Thanks a lot and bye-bye. See you in the next class, Crazy.